After a long summer break, it's time to get going once more. Here we celebrate 75 years of MotoGP. We welcome you to the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone, and it's time for the sprint race. Hello everybody and welcome to Silverstone. This is round 10 of the 2024 MotoGP World Championship and we come to you live from Silverstone. So much intrigue has happened over the summer break as well. There's so much interest in what could happen next. We really are in for a fascinating season. And it's a fascinating season that has given us a title hunt at the front similar to what we saw last year. If we take a look at how the championship currently stands coming into the Tissot sprint, it's Pecco Bagnaia who has a 222 points on the board. 10 back is Jorge Martin on 212. Marc Marquez is 56 points behind the leaders. It really is something to behold. And this championship is just hotting up again in terms of constructors as well. We really are in for something quite exciting coming into what we're expecting to see here. Aleix Espargaro took a very surprising pole position earlier on in qualifying. He now has that advantage going in not into the sprint race, but to the Grand Prix later on today. Let's take a quick look at how they line up on said grid coming into today, if my mouse wants to work, to give us the live standings coming into it. So here's how the grid lines up then. Reminder, there is no Alex Rins. He has backed out from this event. So it's Aleix Espargaro on pole position. Pecco Bagnaia is alongside him on the front row of the grid with Enea Bastianini lining up third. Jorge Martin takes fourth with Alex Marquez fifth. Brad Binder is in sixth with Marc Marquez seventh. Maverick Vinales is eighth with Pedro Acosta ninth. And it's Fabio Di Giannantonio rounding out the top 10. Jack Miller has 11th with Marco Bezzecchi lining up in 13th. Ralph Fernandez is 14th with Miguel Oliveira 15th. Johan Zarco is 16th with Augusto Fernandez in 17th. Fabio Quartararo is 18th with Luca Marini 19th. And in 20th for Juan Mir. Takiki Nakagami is 21st and Remy Garner takes 22nd. We're a few moments away then from the 10-lap Tissot sprint here at Silverstone. Let's hand you over to TNT for all the grid walks.
Looking at Alex Marquez, and now we're looking at your reigning we're looking at Enea. It's Enea, actually, the back of Enea Bastianini, who's had a fantastic weekend so far.
No, it's Pecco.
Now we're switching. That's Pecco. As Pecco comes onto the grid, leading the championship at the moment as well. What a great scene we've got here at Silverstone ahead of this sprint race. And in a minute, we'll just talk about Brad Binder, who's the first of the KTMs. Here we go, then we are live here at Silverstone. The sun is shining, there's a few clouds in the sky, but there's a nice warmth about it and pretty good conditions today for a motorcycle race, Sylvain, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's great. The sun looks like it's trying to make his way onto the track. You still got that cold breeze though, and in Silverstone, it's like the layout is quite unique in the sense that you got those long, fast corners. There's also quite a few straights. They're not super long, but you got Hamilton Straight, Wellington Straight, the Hanger Straight in the back, and every time you got that cool breeze, they cool down the tires a little bit. So they're gonna have to be a little bit careful on the left side of the tire, especially. It's easy here to lose, 10, 15 degrees on that left side of the tire. So you got to be a little bit careful, especially in the initial laps.
Yeah, just looking at shots there of Marc Marquez, who goes from 7th today, heads to the 3rd row of the grid, and 1 row behind him is Jack Miller from 11th. He's with Michael.
Jack, I like what we're seeing this weekend. It looks like the Jack from 2023 on the KTM. I'm going to hazard a guess the vibrations a little less around here.
Yeah, vibrations seem to be non-existent around here almost. So, no, it's felt good all weekend. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do now in the sprint. 10 laps, pin it, and see where we come out at the end.
Get stuck in.
Cheers, mate.
Well, we had quite an emotional interview yesterday with Jack Miller. wasn't expecting it to be emotional, but he feels like this could be his swan song 2024. He can't see where he's going to get another ride this year. Obviously, we're all disappointed. We all love Jack and we all want him to get a ride, but he's got a good attitude towards, you know, what could happen, and hopefully the phone will start ringing, because far too early for Jack Miller to not have a ride, isn't it? And hopefully he can do a good sprint today.
Yeah, he's looking better this weekend. You know, he's looking on the attack. And yeah, Jack is such a character, you know, for the championship. He's really important for the championship. He's a really nice lad, and he's also got the speed. You know, he's shown that at times he's at you know, times with his KTM where he's been struggling. But Jack is super competitive. He's got the fighting spirit, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. So he's a great guy to have in the championship. We really hope that he can stay. At the moment, looks like it's going to be difficult for him to find some options there.
Yeah, we're looking at shots there of Maverick Vinales. Just to mention about Pedro Acosta, who's going from the third row today. Been struggling a little bit, but can he get together in this sprint?
Yeah, he's going to fight. Well, I think Pedro Acosta is going to fight to be top KTM. You know, this is his aim in the championship. He's still top KTM. He's 6th in the championship, let's not forget, with a great start of his rookie season. And he's going to be after Brad Binder. So I think we're going to get a big battle with him and Brad.
Well, that would be good. I think the start of this sprint is going to be pretty spicy. We've got some fast boys, haven't we, at the front, and we know how quickly those Ducatis fire off the line. But really, Jorge Martin, that's the story. Can he get his championship back on track? Can Aleix Espargaro convert this pole position and the lap record that he got earlier today into a sprint win? He won here last year. Can he do it again? Let's head over to the boys for this Saturday sprint then. Is go Michael Laverty, Neil Hodgson and Gavin Emmett.
This is something very special on the way. A 75th anniversary Grand Prix here at Silverstone. It's the British Grand Prix, and it's the sprint race kicking us off here at Silverstone. Stand by for action. "75 years ago on the Isle of Man, MotoGP got started. Now we celebrate 75 years of anniversaries here at Silverstone. Welcome to Saturday and Sprint Day here at the most famous race circuit in the world. Once again, your starting grid: Aleix Espargaro, Pecco Bagnaia and Enea Bastianini. Second row sees Jorge Martin, Alex Marquez, Brad Binder. Then it's Marc Marquez alongside Maverick Vinales and Pedro Acosta. Fabio Di Giannantonio, Jack Miller, Marco Bezzecchi. Then followed by Franco Morbidelli, Raul Fernandez, Miguel Oliveira. Johan Zarco, Augusto Fernandez and Fabio Quartararo. Luca Marini, Juan Mir and Takiki Nakagami. And then Remy Gardner lines up in 22nd position. The warm-up lap is underway and they rev off around this Silverstone circuit. We're back on the national straight, now to the international as well. Gavin Emmett, Michael Laverty and Neil Hodgson are on the World Feed commentary. Neil Hodgson, of course, still hardly got a voice. We'll be hearing some of the TNT guys later on, but alongside me in the commentary box once again for the sprint race today is Megan Birch. Megan, qualifying earlier on, Aleix Espargaro taking pole. No one else being able to get a lap time in with Maverick Vinales crashing. Maverick starts 8th, but how fast really is that Aprilia? Can it contend with Bagnaia, Bastianini, Martin and Alex Marquez right behind them?
I mean, it's hopeful that it will, but for some reason my mind keeps going to the fact that I think he'll end up 4th. But
by turn 1? How's that
who
launch?
knows?
Well, I keep an eye on Brad Binder. The KTM up in 6th place looks to be quite strong, and it's getting a good getaway every now and then. We know that the KTM gets the launch off it as well. Hello to Mark. Hello to Towel, who says hi there, watching from South Africa. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. This will be a good race, says Gift. I don't recognise that country's flag. Megan, you do probably. I'll hand over to you.
I do not, actually.
I don't either. Do you know, usually I do.
It's a nice flag.
It's a lovely flag, though, isn't it? It's like a teal green going into it as well. From Kenya, from Brian, hello as well to Go 25. That's going to be Raul Fernandez. He starts 14th on the grid as well. Silverstone's got so much history, Megan. There's still a few empty grandstands around here, just 60,000 coming in. But we're expecting a good race, even if the fans aren't really around here.
Yeah, exactly. Besides, it's 51% rain.
Yeah.
Chance.
And at Silverstone, that could change in any second as well. Just to give you an idea, by the way, of what's happening in terms of air temperature, we've got air temperature 21, track temperature 37. That's all in Celsius. Wind 8 kilometres, as Megan said earlier.
Now 7. It's dropping.
Yeah, 51% chance of rain. Red flag at the front of the field. All eyes then. It's 10 laps of Silverstone, around about 25 minutes in total. And the Visit Las Vegas still been left for the Formula One there as well. It's the Monster Energy British Grand Prix, the Tissot Sprint. All the cameras are out, all getting ready to go. Green flag at the back. The summer break is over. It's time to begin for the sprint race. The second half of the MotoGP season is under starters' orders. And pull the throttle back. It's up goes Marc Marquez. Great start from Aleix. Bastianini's come through, but he's let Bagnaia into turn 1. Into Abbey 3 wide. And it's Bagnaia leading. Aleix drops down to second. Oh, contact in the back. There's 2 riders off. And Juanmi and Nakagami could be. We'll wait for confirmation as they come through. That could be Miller's one of them. Yellow flags out. Marco Bezzecchi and Franco Morbidelli are the 2 riders who have gone down at Abbey. That's Alex Marquez making contact. No sign of the red flag. Martin leads. Aleix Espargaro second. Bagnaia's dropped down into 4th position as they come through the loop down the Wellington Straight in towards Brooklands. Martin leads. Aleix Espargaro second. Bastianini third. Bagnaia 4th. And coming up is Brad Binder as well. No sign of the red flag at the moment, Megan, but it was a hard one at Abbey. And it could be a red
and
flag.
Here it is. Helping up, it seems that's Morbidelli being helped up. Seems to be a little bit winded from the crash, though both of them seem to be doing okay right now.
It's under investigation by the stewards, but Bezzecchi and Morbidelli are being helped up. We're hearing applause behind us at the moment. At the moment, no sign of the red flag as we come in towards Maggett and Beckett. Aleix is up into 3rd. He's past Bagnaia. I'm keeping my eyes glued on the monitor for the timing screen to see if that is going to change to red or not as we come out of Chapel and down the hanger straight for the first time. Martin leads up from 4th into 1st. Bastianini second and being helped away is Franco Morbidelli. He had a horrible crash at the start of the season, you might remember, in pre-season testing, which put him out of the opening 3 Grand Prix. Let's hope he's okay. Marco Bezzecchi too being helped away. Still no sign of the red flag, but the stewards are going to be keeping it, but we're coming towards Abbey and it's a fast corner. I would be... well, if it's going to be red, it'll have to be red soon because they're going to go across that line. At least 1 lap will be completed, though, with 9 to go at the Tissot Sprint. Martin leads. Bastianini, Aleix Espargaro across the line. Yellow flags, but I can't see any marshals in the firing line.
No, there isn't. Alex Marquez passes D'Antonio for 8th position. And I think further down the field, we saw Raul Fernandez pass or either get passed by... one of the Hondas.
And there goes Pietro Acosta up the inside of Brad Binder at turn 3. Oh, contact! And firing winglets out from Brad Binder. And Acosta, really, you very rarely see that. And he's retaken Mark and Paul. That was fantastic. Acosta moves on to 5th, but Marc Marquez isn't going to let that slide. He dives back through on the inside line down the Wellington Straight into Brooklands. Acosta keeps through, but Binder, his side pod with all the winglets attached to the bike, exploded. Acosta probably got a cut arm from that. I would be very surprised if he hasn't.
Alex will probably be grateful that he was behind them at the time.
And Alex gets ahead of D'Antonio down at the... yeah, that was coming through on the inside of Luffield into Woodcut now towards Cobb's Corner. Marc Marquez in 5th. Acosta back down to 6th position as well. But
Garner went wide.
Bastianini's right up there behind Jorge Martin. And Alex goes through on the inside. Going to be too deep. That allows Binder back through at Cobb's Corner.
Ralph Fernandez is making his headway up very much so. He's just passed Zarco, and Gardner was just passed by both Fernandez and Zarco at the same time, so I'm assuming he went wide.
Oh boy, if we miss MotoGP action, I can tell you that right now. Even if it's just a sprint race, Binder repasses Pedro Acosta. Here's the race start though, Megan.
Right, so it was a brilliant start from Aleix Espargaro, but it was an even better start by Bastianini, personally, I
I
think.
wonder who they got that from.
Right, further down you see,
big
Morbidelli was the one who crashed into Bezzecchi.
And Raul was involved. Raul had to sit up.
That's why he went down so much.
Yeah, so Morbidelli touches Bezzecchi, and that's
So
why
close.
Raul was very close to running over Bezzecchi. Let's see from this angle if there's anything different.
He went so far
well,
out
there's
to avoid.
Franco loses it under braking, touches the back of Bezzecchi, and Bezzecchi just high sides it down at turn 1.
And then Ralph Fernandez literally having to go extremely wide, which put him down so many positions just so that he didn't hit Bezzecchi.
Yeah, and he nearly did anyway as well. The yellow flags have been retrieved. Brilliant work from the British Marshals here as well. Gift says, I need Mark to win this. Well, he's currently in 5th position at the moment. Martin has got the fast lap of the race, a 1:58.341. No jump starts from race control, according to the official messages chart, which I've just noticed have also opened up here on our chart. That wasn't supposed to happen. Apologies if you were seeing a slightly crumpled timing screen there, because the messages automatically open when the lights went out. Someone will have to remind me of that. Here's the explosion, though. Whose fault would that be? I'd say Binder's, because he didn't give Acosta any room.
Yeah, I mean, Acosta really had nowhere to go. Here it is again for another angle.
Yeah, Acosta had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Mark was brave. That was the onboard of Mark slipping through on the inside of the loop.
He was just like, do you know what? I'm going to take the chance.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Hurt my elbow again? Or shoulder?
Yeah, of course, he crashed out earlier on in the weekend, didn't he, as well? He's still keeping going and still thumbs up for Mark so far. On board with Enea Bastianini is with 8 to go, coming into well, look at this in the championship now. If Martin wins this sprint race, the gap will be Bagnaia to 228 and Martin 224, a 4-point swing in the title.
That would make a very entertaining race tomorrow, especially since we wouldn't know who was winning.
Yeah, we wouldn't. It would be fantastic as well. And I think Aleix, as you said, Megan, you expected him to go down to 4th. He did go down to 4th, but he's repassed Pecco Bagnaia, who once again is struggling. Now, interesting enough, Aleix is on the hard front tyre, soft rear. Usually you see a medium approach in these strategies, so I'm quite surprised to see that flash up.
surprising.
Yeah.
Not the only one who's taken that course of action either. It's Marc Marquez who's taken that, and also Oliveira.
Yeah, weird that they've all taken that, especially with the track temperature as it is, being at 37 degrees.
Bagnaia track limits.
Yeah,
and
so-
Zarco.
And
had to
Zarco,
go.
yeah. So Zarco and Bagnaia have been warned for track limits from race control. Last lap time was... and D'Antonio. Okay. And they're starting to be warned on our timing screens now with flashing up on the monitors.
Speaking of, D'Antonio is just about to pass Alex Marquez.
That
for
must have been
8th.
inside of the loop where we're coming through now. This is entry.
That was a reason.
Yeah, I can't find further back what the move's going to be, as Digi does go ahead to 8th Bagnaia with the track limits warning. Bastianini, though, once again, is showing exactly why he is a top talent in this field. He's latched on to the back of Jorge Martin and just won't let him go throughout the entire run. He is attacking.
He couldn't hold it.
attacking. Oh, who didn't?
He is. D'Antonio couldn't hold it. And yeah, he's attacking.
He's attacking now on the inside
Yes,
line,
see?
coming into Cobb's Corner. Is Bastianini going to take the lead? Oh, just under braking, Martin keeps it through. But this is the side-by-side action you get in
determined.
Silverstone. He really is, isn't he? And you're right, yeah, Digi's down to 9th. Alex Marquez has retaken 8th. I love the Dr. Dangle coming through into Maggots and then through Beckett's as well. They really are giving it hammer and toe. And look at this, because here comes Aleix Espargaro and Pecco Bagnaia closing up. Morbidelli and Bezzecchi are both conscious and will go to the medical centre. That's the latest medical director info that's flashed up just in front of our monitors here in the commentary box.
Acosta has track limits warning, so I'm glad they're both okay. I mean, Bezzecchi must be really shaken up. I mean, I don't know exactly what the injury was for Morbidelli, though he did seem to be like... I think
Limping.
Yeah. He seemed to just be like really trying to catch his breath, so I'm guessing either the airbag went off and it's like it's really knocked him, or maybe he accidentally landed on his bike.
Bagnaya's in a 1:58.260. He's got the fastest lap of the sprint so far. 20 riders left in this race. I would be very surprised if either Bezzecchi or Morbidelli were allowed to continue in tomorrow's Grand Prix, judging by that accident. So we'll keep an eye on it. And Bagnaia is going through on the inside line, trying to go. He's down! He's down! He's pinned it! He has gone! Bagnaia and Davide Tardozzi. You don't need to be a sign language expert to see what swear word he just put out there when he turned his back to the camera. And Martin now leads the championship by 2 points if it stays as it is. Unbelievable. Well, Bagnaia is back. He has binned it down at the loop, and it was such a simple mistake. He just dropped the front.
He wasn't... Okay, if you see here, it was literally one of the easiest corners for them to do.
Slowest corner on the track, and the simplest of mistakes. Watch on board, turns in, it just goes. It's almost like the suspension fails on him.
I think it might have.
Must have been some issue. Don't forget, Ducati started today with 2 bikes on fire, with Bastianini's first bike engine exploding, and the same goes for Franco Morbidelli. Nakagami's dropped down to 19th place as well now. So Pecco Bagnaia is out, and just like in Germany a month ago, where Martin crashed out and the championship swung the way of Pecco Bagnaia, Bagnaia crashes out in the Tissot sprint, and the championship swings back the way of Jorge Martin. They've yet to actually do battle on track this year. They've just been capitalising on each other's failures.
They've been battling other people, more like.
And including an Bastianini and Alicia Spargo. We have a 3-way fight for the Tissot sprint here as we come into Vale, then Club, the last of the 18 turns at Silverstone. Across the line, we're halfway there in the sprint race, and it's a 3-way fight between Martin, Bastianini and Alicia Spargo thirds. Marc Marquez is now 2 seconds back in fourth, with Binder fifth, Acosta 6th, Alex Marquez 7th, and then in the final points paying position, it's Fabio Di Giannantonio in 8th place. Jack Miller is 9th with Vinales 10th. Oliveira's 11th. Quartararo 12th. Augusto Fernandez 13th. Raul Fernandez back up to 14th place now. Marini ahead of Zarco, Mia, Gunn, Nakagami. That's your runners. Out of the race is Pecco Bagnaia, Marco Bezzecchi and Franco Morbidelli. And as I said that, there was a move on track as well, because I think Miller got ahead of Oliveira. Yes, he did. And official information is that Alex Marquez has a track limits warning.
And that means that 3 Ducatis are out now.
Yes, 3 of the 8 Ducatis are out.
Down to 5.
Down to just the 5, and Nakagami passes Gardner. That little battle's raging on throughout this weekend. But look at Enea Bastianini as we come down the national straight. He's going for it on the inside of Cobb's corner. And Enea Bastianini, can he keep the inside line? No. Martin gets the undercut and retakes the lead. But they're side by side coming into Maggott and Beckett. That's not an overtaking opportunity.
That would have crashed. They would have crashed just then if they had.
But I was seeing Barry Sheen and Kenny Roberts. That was that type of action between the two of them. Unbelievable. And Alicia Spargo is closing in now as well. Out of Chapel, down the hanger straight we go. Bastianini will have the toe. It's the same type of bike, of course. They're both on the factory 24 bike. He pulls to the inside line. Martin can't go defensive this time. And through into the lead goes Enea Bastianini. And here comes Alicia Spargo on the tail end of this little fight. Fantastic. Martin's back to the inside line. Under braking for Vale. He can't do it. Bastianini leads. Martin second and Aleix third. Oh, we've missed this. This is what it should all be about.
It is what it should be about. Oh my.
Bastianini's going to win a sprint race for the first time in his career. He's won 3 Grand Prix, never has managed to take a sprint. And now look, this is what Bastianini needs to do for his championship fellow, of his teammate even, of Pecco Bagnaia. If Bastianini wins, the gap in the championship will be 1 point, and it swings back to Bagnaia. 2-2-2 to Martin, 2-2-1. Oh, this race.
Di Giannantonio has a long lap penalty, so he's going to lose that 8th place position, and it'll go to Vinales.
And that has to be taken down at the exit of Luffield on the outside. Same part as the British Superbikes. So you'll see the green line if you're watching along with us on television pictures. Just there, that's the long lap loop they have to take in this category as they, again, turn. It's a long lap loop around Luffield. In Formula 1, you don't see it that slow. D'Antonio has taken said long lap penalty as we come up across the national start straight once again and in towards Copse Corner we go. And is it me or is Aleix closing a little bit too quickly on Martin? It might be an option here.
He is closing quite rapidly. It's a good day for the Aprilias, it seems.
I am enjoying this. I've missed this. The German Grand Prix was exciting. This is absolutely fantastic.
It is. And the gap now between them is 4/10.
Digi has completed his long lap penalty, but it was due to track limits, it says on the official messaging screen up here in the commentary box. Yeah, I like how we've got an official messaging screen now. It's actually fixed itself better since the German Grand Prix.
You can go back and see D'Antonio passes Oliveira for 10th position.
That's crucial for points as well. Now, I think Martin's saving tyres here, don't you? How much is he lifting off?
I think so, yes, but he's just trying to keep ahead. Also, Cotterara has just got a track limits warning.
Holds that back once again as we come into Abbey for the 8th time. 3 laps to go here at Silverstone in the Tissot sprint. And is Aleix trying to close back in again on the inside line? I'm getting like camera flare, are you?
Yeah, a few times I thought it was raining.
Yeah, I thought it was. It keeps flashing. I thought my eyes were going for a second. It's involving Morbidelli and Bezzecchi to be reviewed after the race. Well, naturally, you can't review it now.
It was Morbidelli.
If anything, if Morbidelli does race tomorrow, he'll receive a grid penalty for it. So we'll keep an eye on what that turns out to be.
It was the bike.
Yeah. It couldn't have been and definitely wasn't his fault. So it's a situation that has to sort of be interned there and kept upon. There's Marc Marquez then running in 4th position.
Martin.
I can't see out one of my eyes properly. That's a bit weird.
Oh, that's strange. Martin has a track limits warning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got one. Trying to defend, likely.
That light's been reflected poorly in my eye on something, and it's like I've been thinking.
You don't have to be anywhere near it.
I have to change my shirt as well, actually. Now, there's Alex. I can't even see who's Alex closing in. I'm sorry, Pedro Acosta. So he's flying through with 3 laps to go of the British Grand Prix. Tissot sprint. Oh, did he get through there? Did Alex get through on Acosta? He was very close towards the exit as well. I can't see if he got a runaround.
Oh, do you know what? He seems to be getting quite a few of them. He's close to it. He's a 1/10.5 away from passing, and I've just seen a change on the screen.
Yeah.
Someone's down.
Someone's crashed. Who's crashed? That's Marc Marquez. Marc Marquez has crashed, and it is down at... Is that Vale? Yeah, no. Yeah, it's Vale. Vale. It's crashed at Vale.
Yeah, but he's back on the bike, but he's beached it.
You'd think a 9-time world champion could do that. An 8-time world champion.
Also, Aleix gets track limits warning.
How's he done it? Turns in, and the front's going to dip. Yeah. Oh.
Bye-bye.
So that's Marc Marquez out at turn 16 once again.
He's rejoined the race.
Oh, so he has managed to get it out of the gravel trap.
That's good, at least.
Can't keep doing that. Mark can't keep doing that. Look, he's annoyed at himself. Punching the aero screen. 2 to go.
I think he needs more practice.
Live championship back now by a point to Martin. I'm really struggling here. It's like I'm only seeing half the screen right now. It's like I'm missing things.
Is it like something's like a film covering your eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that sometimes. Just keep rubbing your eye.
Actually, if I put my hand over to block that light, I can actually see a little bit better. I think it's the light on something on the glasses reflecting poorly. So it's like, it's just a little bit of a problem there. I can't see. Like, I'm looking at the 2 to go, and it's not actually saying 2 to go to me. It's like, I can barely see the 2. Take my glasses off, it's a bit easier. I might just take the glass off for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so an air bashing in by 0.8 of a second as they close in again. If I missed something here, everybody, I do apologise. The Fredster says no one takes 9 times world champs for Valentino Rossi. Agostini has more championships. I think he's got 13
What the?
compared to Valentino Rossi. Yeah.
13.
Rossi's not the most successful MotoGP rider in history. It might shock you to know that. It's
Just the most
it's
well-known.
Agostini. Yeah, it's Agostini.
Jeez.
Yeah. 15 for Agostini. Thank you.
15.
13 Premier Class, 2 Ellsworth.
Did this man ever stop?
He was a very, very talented rider, Agostini. Last lap then of the Tissot sprint. Bashi by Martin Aleix. 8/10 at the moment in the gap. I'm really having to concentrate right now. This is actually quite interesting.
That was like me. Maybe it's because of the movie yesterday.
Yes, possibly.
Messing with your eyes. Because they messed with my eyes for ages after that. I was just like, I cannot see the words.
Yeah. Miller in 8th. Vinales in 7th. Alex Marquez in 6th position. My God, it's really bizarre this. To come through. Into the braking zone for Brooklands then. Keeping it through. If I close one eye, oh no. It's both eyes, okay.
Hey, at least Gardner's not going to be last.
Cassini is on gravel. Yeah, at the moment they are.
Marquez has entered the pits.
Ah, that's out of the race then. From he must have smashed something on the central console.
Miller passes Vinales for 7th position.
Yep, and that's going to change up a bit more. But I think rider of this sprint race, without a doubt, is Enea Bastianini. Fantastic skill, and he's done his team proud. He may not be in the Riders' Championship, but he has certainly helped out his teammate. With Bagnaia crashing out, the gap would have been swung the way to Martin by 4. But with Bastianini on course to take the Tissot sprint, it will be Bagnaia leading the title still, but now just to 1 point to Jorge Martin. It'll be 2-2-2 to 2-2-1, and I think a deserving sprint win. It's been fantastic, Megan.
It has been. There's a bit of debris out on the track there. But it has been quite an amazing sprint.
Medium front, soft rear, that's the tyre strategy that works. He comes out of Vale into club corner, and Enea Bastianini performs a sprint masterclass and wins the Tissot sprint at Silverstone in fine fashion. His first sprint race victory. Martin is 2nd. Aleix Espargaro comes home in 3rd. Brad Binder's 4th. Pietro Acosta 5th. Alex Marquez is in 6th. 7th for Jack Miller and 8th for Maverick Vinales, the last points. And then, if you take us to the rest.
Where are we again?
9 down.
Right, so 9th is D'Antonio, 10th is Oliveira, 11th is Quattuaro, 12th is Raul Fernandez, 13th is Augusto Fernandez, because that's not complicated. 14th is Zarco, Marini is 15th, 16th is Mir, Nakagami is 17th, 18th is Gardner, and then out is Marquez, Bagnaia, Bezzecchi and Morbidelli.
What a sprint. Megan, your thoughts on it?
I thought it was quite good and very impressive from Bastianini, and at least one member of the team won.
Thoughts going into the British Grand Prix tomorrow when we do this for 20 laps, not just 10?
Bastianini is going to be definitely one to look out for.
What about Mark and Bagnaia? Can they come back into it?
If they don't crash out first, yes.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the sprint race. We'll be back tomorrow here on JB Motorsports 1 and on Twitch for all the action from the Grand Prix. It is Bastianini on top for in the Tissot sprint. We'll see you tomorrow from Silverstone. Bye-bye.